right, welcome for another episode of Mustang Full Gallop is what we're calling that. Did you know that, Coach?
I have seen Heightlands.
Okay,
and, yeah,
all right.
so.
Well, it's kind of fun. It's an opportunity for us to get to know a little bit about our coaches and maybe learn a little bit about the sport too. So,
okay.
Are you ready, Coach?
As ready as I'm going to be.
All right, well, we got a busy night tonight. We got senior night.
Yep.
We've got youth appreciation night.
Yep.
What do you like about this youth appreciation where you got a bunch of young kids coming out supporting and your team?
I think we always like our youth to see a higher level of volleyball first and foremost. And second of all, I feel like we have a pretty good youth program going, from camps that we run to the DCG Volleyball Club, and a lot of our high schoolers are also involved in the youth DCG Volleyball Club, whether they're coaching or helping out, or so the youth know our girls, and I think it's a really cool relationship that we've kind of established, and it's just good for them to get to put it all together when they finally watch them play.
Who do you think enjoys it more, the kids that are getting the poster or the kids that are signing their signatures on the poster?
I would say 50-50 probably.
Okay. Well, it's a lot of fun seeing the youth out here supporting your team.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so you've been coaching volleyball a little while. How long have you been coaching volleyball? And then how long have you been the head coach here at DCG?
I've been coaching for 24 years, and I spent 17 at Woodward Granger, and then came here when my oldest daughter was a freshman, and then this is my 7th year here and my 4th as head.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you've seen a few kids come through the program.
Yep.
Been a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah.
Coaching where your daughters have been.
Yes. I mean, it's not always easy, but it's definitely fun.
Right. How did you get into teaching and coaching? And how did you choose volleyball as the sport you wanted to coach?
My parents were both educators, and both of them were coaches. My dad took over when they moved to Creston. He started all of the girls' sports programs, so track, softball, volleyball, basketball. So we got a taste of all of it. Yeah. I think in general, I would say maybe my dad loved basketball a little bit more, but we all really took to volleyball. And I have 3 other sisters, and I feel like that was just kind of our favorite. I think the camaraderie with girls is just huge, and it makes the sport really fun.
Right. Well, we'll talk a little bit more about that camaraderie too here in a minute. But people want to know, like, the favorite concert you've been to or favorite venue that you've been to.
Oh, well, they might be 2 different ones.
Yeah,
I've got a lot. I've got a lot of these. You would know that. Venue is easily Red Rocks in Colorado.
Pretty cool.
I feel like there was a Luke Combs concert that was pretty fun.
That was a lot of fun. I may have been there.
Yep.
That was a good time.
And I think Ryan Bingham at Red Rocks is probably my top.
All right, that's some good options. Coach, how do you use game film or practice film to help continue to teach individuals or the team in general?
Yeah. We use it obviously in 2 different ways, scouting purposes, and then we also use it as a tool to teach girls. There's a lot of times coaches will make corrections with players, and they understand, but they understand a lot more when they see it. Like, oh, okay, this is exactly what you're talking about. Or they feel like they're doing something that we're making a correction on, and then they see it, and then they know, okay, nope, I need to correct that a lot more.
Sure.
So we use it for that. We also use it heavily. I use it specifically heavily for scouting, and with the huddle world, you can get a lot of game film on people and break that down however you want in various ways.
Well, the main reason I asked that question is, when you watch the live stream of DCG matches at home, do you watch it with the sound on or sound off?
On, always.
Okay.
Always.
I do sometimes see some late posts from, random people about how well we did. I wonder if any of those were you.
I don't know that I comment, but I'm definitely listening.
Well, I appreciate that. On the football field, you've got a quarterback or a linebacker, or on the basketball court, you got a point guard.
Yep.
Who is that coach on the volleyball court? And I suppose it probably varies a little bit, but who generally might be your coach out there on the court?
It's primarily our setter. Like, she's directing traffic. She's calling offense. There's some that comes from us, but it's it's a huddle. Before every play, she lets hitters know what they're running. She encourages passers to do their job so that she can do her job.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we know a little bit about setters in our family, right?
Yep.
And you got a pretty good one this year too.
Yes, we do. Gwen has just kind of grown. She just kind of grows and grows. And honestly, like, we've got great second setters too. Audrey Juergens does an awesome job. Riley Fox does a lot for us in practice.
Yep.
And it's the key to everything. It's the tie-in between, that first ball and that last ball. And
sure.
A lot is determined off of that set. And we're lucky to have girls that have really, really dug in to that position specifically.
And we'll hear more from Riley Fox after the game tonight.
Oh,
we got a
good.
little senior spotlight.
Good. Awesome.
So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
All right, if you had one meal or food to eat
this
for
is
a
easy.
week straight,
Okay.
what is that going to be?
It is easily homemade beef and noodles that my mom makes.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yep.
I see her here at games frequently. Might have to have her bring us an order and see.
Oh, we should request that.
She'd
That'd
probably
be
love it,
amazing.
wouldn't she?
She would. Yeah.
What are some of the things that your team does during the summer to get ready for the season? Because you guys get started right away when school when school starts, you're playing games almost right away.
Yeah. We do the bulk of our lifting. We try to make a lot of progress in the weight room there. Some has a great program for us that we can utilize, and we lift a lot more often and a little bit heavier during the summer. And then when the season's going on, we lighten that load just a little bit. And then, you would know we do a lot of open gyms, a lot of leagues that we play in. We play in a Grandview League, we play in a Johnston League, lots of preseason team camps. The girls really like those, and it's fun to kind of see, like, what are we going to look like when we get going?
Sure.
And you just hope that carries over.
Yeah. Well, and you've got a fairly young team, but a team that's played together quite a bit.
Yeah.
But there's always a few new pieces, right? So good opportunity for you to break, see what you got.
Yes.
Great. As you know, I've been doing the live stream for a few years, and from time to time I get questions. What rule would you say is one that a lot of people either don't know or they question, or they, when it's called on the court and I can't explain it up on the live stream?
Yeah.
What one might be the most whatever?
This year, the double contact is that's a big thing, because you can have a double contact on a first contact and now a second contact. That's new this year. But that third contact, if it's going, whatever ball goes over the net, if it is a double or resembles any bit of a double, they will be calling that.
And by double, it's like 1, 2,
it's like
right?
It's like almost like a mismatch of hands sending that ball over the net.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I've got one for you. When the ref does this, like with his hands.
Yes.
What is that?
That is out of rotation.
Okay.
And that can be anything from a girl stood in the wrong spot, like isn't between the girls she needs to be. It can be a setter that decided she needed to leave a little bit early and overlapped in doing so. Those are typically the two that you see.
All right, good.
Yep.
Well, a lot of times we think we should have a mic in our ear, when the refs are talking, so that we can see what they're saying.
That would be helpful.
Yeah, they wouldn't want to hear what we had to say sometimes. If you were leaving for a vacation tomorrow, where are you going?
Oh, Colorado.
Colorado.
Yep.
Okay, what about Colorado?
Gosh, it's just beautiful. Like I can sit on a porch with a cup of coffee and do that all day, right?
I agree. A lot of fresh air.
Yes, a lot of fresh air.
And hiking?
Medium hiking? I love medium hiking. I'm not the 14er that some of my family members are, but I do love a great hike and beautiful scenery.
All right, cool. That's fair. All right. Volleyball is one of the fastest growing sports in the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you think that is, Coach?
It is. It's a little bit crazy because it's hard to, you don't get a lot of girls into volleyball. It's not, meaning in a game necessarily. I think I stand by that it is the pause between every point that allows you to come together with teammates and celebrate or regroup, or I just feel like there's a camaraderie there that girls really love.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, to that point, we've talked about it on air. We've talked about it, just out amongst friends. There's something about energy on the court during volleyball.
Yeah.
How important is that, and how do you guys use that to either sway the match one way or the other?
You know, years ago I wouldn't have thought that it was something that you had to coach, but you definitely have to coach energy. You've got to ask your girls for a lot of it, just like you ask them for physical parts of their game to get better, and energy is one of those things, and like bench energy is huge. It's just kind of a momentum thing.
Sure.
Like if you can make it sound like to the other team that you're winning the game, it actually is effective.
Part of the mental part of it.
It is.
All right, what do you think, what are you, the coaches here at DCG, doing to try to promote multi-sport athletes? Because you've got some on your team.
Yep.
Basketball's got some, softball's got some.
Yep.
How are you guys trying to work with each other to keep all of our, kids playing?
Yep. I think softball, basketball, volleyball, and soccer, there's a lot of overlap at DCG, which is awesome that we can keep doing that, because I think it's kind of a lost art, if you want to call it that. But we have, us head coaches have a lot of conversations. Adam Jones and I have a lot of conversations. I have conversations with Dan James, so that we're all on the same page, and kind of we each give a little during our seasons to the other sport, but full well knowing that then when you're in we all kind of scratch each other's backs a little bit, just enough, but also keep our girls safe in season.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, it's important. Injuries can derail some stuff,
They
right?
sure can.
All right, Coach, just a couple more questions.
Okay.
What is your favorite holiday tradition?
This is what I was thinking about for a while, because I mean, we've done the same holiday traditions. I would say that the one thing for us at our house is that, Santa's gonna see me till I'm in the grave, and the Easter Bunny's gonna visit me until I'm in the grave.
Yep.
So we're gonna keep that rolling.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. It's, sometimes we lose that childish or whatever.
Yes.
So that's great.
No.
Coach, you know this as well as anybody. There's a lot of good competition in 4A and 5A.
Yep.
A lot of your players play with or against some of those girls in their club seasons.
Yep.
How do you approach those matches, or what do you communicate to your players? When you're facing some of those really talented ones, or maybe a bunch of teammates from club or whatever.
Sometimes it's good to know their tendency. You know their tendencies. Sometimes you know their weaknesses. You know their strengths. So we talk through those. But in general, it's honestly become kind of cool. Like it makes the game, while it's competitive, like teams are super respectful of each other, because we know the talent that is on the other side of the net, and that we got to bring it against those specific players, and they have to be respectful of our players as well.
Right.
So it's kind of a cool tie-in with each other.
Right. Well, good volleyball is fun to watch.
Yes.
To whatever level,
yes,
right?
Agree.
All right, last question here. Okay. You've got a talented group of volleyball players. A number of these girls have played together since 3rd or 4th grade. It's been a lot of fun watching them grow in their skills, their knowledge of the game. Yep. What's it going to be the key to this team to being the most successful that they can be this season?
Pieces of the puzzle, and part of that, that's a lot of that's me. Pieces of the puzzle, knowing girls' strengths and putting them in the right positions to utilize those strengths. We have some girls that are kind of like our utility, like where can she go to most benefit us, because she can go a lot of places, and we have a lot of girls who are good front row players and back row players. So putting the pieces of the puzzle together, keeping them confident, just knowing that this group can do something really amazing, and I think giving them that belief system is really important.
Is there a pressure to perform, do you think, on this team?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I think they know that. That expectations, they put high expectations on themselves.
That was going to be my next question. Where do those come from?
I think they're all just, they want to be high achievers, and they are high achievers, in multiple aspects of life. So I think the pressure to achieve really high things weighs on them a lot sometimes. And so getting them to relax and just do what they're good at should be You would think it would come a little bit easier, but
Just play the
we're
game.
getting them there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Yep. Enjoy the process, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, Coach, we want to wish you the best for the rest of the season. It's
Thank
fairly
you.
young in the season.
Yeah.
But there's only like 2 more home matches, right? Is that correct? Or
Right,
one more?
right. We play a lot of tournaments,
Yep.
and we're a little off balance with home and away this year. And I do think the additions to the conference should help that
Yep.
next year. And so, but we get a lot of our games during tournaments. So,
And less that people get to hear the live stream.
but
Coach.
it's great. Everybody loves you
Yeah,
guys.
that's right. Well, we wish you all the best the rest of the
Thank you.
season.
Appreciate that.
Good luck tonight on senior night, and go Mustangs.
Awesome. Thanks.